Today, we're going to take a break from the Science of Mind magazine daily guides. I thumbed through the magazine and I thought, I need a break from talking about the environment and ecology and all the rest. Not that it's not important, it is important. And today's message from the daily guides, which I read, I'll synthesize along with tomorrow's or something like that. But I think we need a break. I don't want 30 days of somebody preaching to me about the environment and then in turn putting that out on everybody else. So I found an article that I liked, and mouse here is trying to get me away from it. It's by a lady called Jane Beach, Reverend Jane Beach. She has been a writer of daily guides before, and this is what she says about herself. She was an atheist for the first 30 years of her life. And today she's a minister, an author, an artist, and you can find her work on facebook.com/Jane Beach. Facebook.com/Jane Beach. She says, pay attention, all life is a gift. My life is a gift. I deserve the time and attention it takes to live it well. She says, when I was 50 in Al Anon to save my marriage and my sanity, I learned how deserving I am. I came face to face with everything that triggered my need to carry the weight of the world on my shoulders. I had to ask myself why I disregarded my own self-worth just to please others. It was humbling and it was freeing at the same time. There was also something deep within me staring, quote, there's more to life than what you've known. Pay attention, quote. I was surrounded and encouraged by people who knew how I felt. For the first time, I asked myself, what's important to me? Shaking in my boots, I started to act on things that were important to me. I made different choices, knowing some people wouldn't be pleased with the changes in me. Without anger, shame, or blame, I took one step at a time, saying yes to the life that was calling to me. When there was pushback, it became an opportunity to practice using the tools I was learning. It was scary and it was hard, but it was worth it. The inner peace I yearned for spurred me forward. I began to experience the gift of acceptance. When I accept a person for who they are, I quit wearing the fixer hat and give them responsibility for their own life. When I accept a situation for what it is, I no longer need to worry about it. Today, I love myself enough to tend to my life and let others tend to theirs. What about you? What if you truly believed you deserved to be happy right now? That the universe, God, the all, the divine, is standing ready to plop peace and business into your lap if that's what you really want. What might be standing in your way? The only one who can accept your good is you. Please do whatever it takes to say yes to what's important to you. Your life is a gift. You deserve to be peaceful, happy, and free. And that's what I chose for the affirmation. I deserve to be peaceful, happy, and free. I thought it was a nice break from what we've been reading. As I said, the environment's important, the ecology is important. How the whole ecosystem works together is important. But sometimes when people keep beating you down with something, you just push away, or at least I do. I mean, some of you don't feel that way, fine. But that's the way I feel. And just like Reverend Jane Beach is saying, I wanted to take a break. I needed to take a break. And I think this is something that I needed to hear because lots of times in my life, I've been a people pleaser. I've done what's important to them and not to me. I've got a friend who always follows what everybody else wants to do. And I strongly suspect they're not happy doing that. But what but the thing is, you're not being selfish when you do this. You're not. Because when you're happy and at peace and at ease, then you're free to go help other people because you've built that strong foundation. You know, somebody who's always bullying other people, bossing them around, making wild statements, always claiming the glory. You know what? They're not happy inside. They're not at peace with themselves because they always want more of something, whether it's more money, more glory, more power, whatever it is. It means that they haven't come to terms with life and with themselves. But this is telling us you're important, and that when you look after yourself, you build a strong foundation, and then you can look after others. But you're important. You deserve to be happy. You deserve to be free. You deserve to be peaceful. So, hey, that's my message for today. I'll do a bit of a summary of 1 or 2 days of Reverend David Goldberg's messages about the environment, and I'll put that up. But I'm going to take these breaks every now and again this month, and we're going to look at something completely different for one day. So that's it. Reverend Lisa will be here tomorrow. I think she's still reading from the Voice Celestial, but she could have already transitioned into the Science of Mind textbook. I'm not quite sure, but hey, if you're curious to know, or if you just love one or the other, fine. Tune into her tomorrow morning, 9:15 a.m. It will be on Creative Life Spiritual Center's Facebook page, not necessarily where you got this broadcast. So my job is to help the world be a better place, but it's also to help myself in the process. So until next time, namaste.